So what if your office building just knew when it was empty? Imagine if it could turn down the heat all by itself, dim the lights, and even tell the cleaning crew, hey, you can skip this floor tonight. It sounds like science fiction, right? Well, today, we're diving into the tech that makes this a reality, turning our buildings from just static structures into smart, responsive environments.
And the company making all this happen? That's Safely. They've built this incredible, intelligent platform that gives businesses like yours the power to really understand and optimize your physical world. It's all about making every single space safer, smarter, and way more efficient.
So let's start with a really direct question for you. Are your buildings running on outdated assumptions? I mean, really think about it for a second. Is the air conditioning blasting in a conference wing that's been empty for hours? Are cleaning crews meticulously servicing floors that haven't seen any foot traffic all day? For so many places, this is the costly reality of just operating on guesswork.
But what if you could change all that? What if you could stop all the guessing and just start listening? That is the big idea we're exploring today. It's about moving away from those rigid, old-school schedules and actually tuning into the story your spaces are trying to tell you, moment by moment.
And that brings us to what we call the demand-led solution. This is all about learning the language of your buildings so you can respond to what they actually need, right when they need it. No more, no less. Now, at the heart of all this is occupancy sensing. And put simply, it's the technology that shows you how your spaces are actually being used. We're talking how many people are there, where they are, and when they're there. And that data, that becomes the key that unlocks a fundamentally smarter way of operating your entire facility.
You know, it really is a massive shift in thinking. On one side, you've got the old way, fixed schedules based on pure guesswork, which, let's be honest, almost always leads to wasted money and energy. But on the other side, you have a demand-led approach. This is where your operations are driven by real hard data, making sure your resources go exactly when and where they're actually needed.
Okay, so how does this all actually work? Let's pop the hood and take a look at the technology that powers all this intelligence. It's a system Safely has named Albert Vision, and it's basically the brains of the entire operation.
The whole process really breaks down into 4 key steps. First up, it senses and measures. It's capturing that raw data on how many people are in a given space. Then, step 2, it interprets that data. It's smart enough to know the difference between a jam-packed Tuesday morning and a super quiet Saturday night. Third, it automates actions like dimming the lights or alerting security. And finally, it reports and optimizes, giving you these amazing analytics for much smarter long-term decisions.
And the engine driving this entire process, that is Albert Vision. This is Safely's own proprietary AI. It's the magic that takes all that raw data and transforms it from just being a bunch of numbers into actionable, forward-looking intelligence. See, it doesn't just tell you what's happening right now. It helps you predict and plan for what's coming next.
Look, intelligent technology is fantastic, but what does it actually mean for your bottom line? Let's get into the tangible, real-world impact you see when you put all this data to work.
The impact is huge and it's broad. We're talking about serious energy savings because you're not heating or cooling empty rooms. Your staffing can finally be aligned with actual foot traffic. Maintenance schedules suddenly become way more efficient, and this data even helps strengthen your security and helps you make better long-term investment decisions. It touches everything.
And this isn't a solution that's just for one type of business. Doesn't matter if you're focused on sustainability in a corporate office, managing a complex facility, trying to optimize a retail space, or even running a busy hospital, the principles are exactly the same. Align your operations with actual demand. So, if we boil it all down to the core value, you're really looking at 3 major outcomes. 1, significantly lower energy bills. 2, much better alignment of your services, like staffing and cleaning. And 3, a smarter, more targeted, usage-based approach to maintenance. Believe me, these aren't just minor tweaks. They're fundamental improvements to your bottom line.
All right, so you've seen the problem, you've seen the solution, and you've seen the impact. The last question is, how do you get started? Let's talk about the very next step you can take to activate your spaces. It all comes down to this really powerful idea. When you can measure how every single space is used, you can then make every single schedule, from your energy usage to your cleaning to your staffing, infinitely smarter. That right there is the promise of a truly demand-led operation.
So, if you're ready to stop guessing and start listening to what your spaces are trying to tell you, the next step is actually pretty simple. Just reach out to the team at Safety and book a personalized demo. You can see for yourself how Albert Vision can bring a whole new level of intelligence to your organization. Thanks for joining us.